People of the Purple Butterfly here, otherwise known as People of 7 on Twitter and YouTube, People elsewhere on the internet. My blog is located at purplebutterfly-people.blogspot.com. Soaps can be purchased people.etsy.com. And sorry about the chop off there. I had a priority call, and priority on my phone is set to interrupt anything going on because there are usually emergency calls. Anyway, back to what I was saying. I put the bars of soap in 2 bags like these. I still had on gloved hands. I considered actually putting on my mask. But anyway, I took my vinegar straight and poured some in each bag, about a cup, of vinegar in each bag. And then I just kind of like squeezed it so that way it was close and just started mushing it since it was mushy. And then I dropped a litmus strip in there after about 5 minutes. The litmus strip came out green. That's a normal pH. I did the same thing with the other bag. I did take pictures of it and put it on my blog, so you can see that real soon. If you go to my blog, purplebutterfly-people.blogspot.com. But at that point, that meant the lye was neutralized. People told me to rebatch it. They're not understanding. This was not something I could rebatch. This was mush. It was caustic mush, Now it's a neutral mush that I feel, as a responsible soaper, safe in throwing it in the garbage because, and I've had people, when I say, hey, what do I do with this bad batch? How do I dispose of it? Because, most soapers, we know that there are disposal procedures for something like that, but most soapers have success in soaping, so there's very rarely a bad batch, and when there is, it's in the form of a log, and they could usually just wrap the whole thing up and, throw it away. But if you live in a neighborhood that there's lots of kids, lots of dogs, there's city regulations, so forth, so on, you ask people. One person said, why don't you just put it out where the raccoons could get to it? And I'm thinking, raccoons? That will kill them. I got nothing for raccoons. I got nothing against raccoons, but I'm not going to be a murderer of animals. I don't want raccoons to eat it, possums to eat it, someone's dog, someone's cat, someone's child being nosy. The garbage collectors, don't want none of them to have to deal with something like that just from, me throwing away something. And our garbage can no longer has a lid, so whatever's in there is in there. And if it gets knocked over, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, and that was just a cruel thought. I figured, be responsible as a human being, let alone a soaper, so see what I could do. So when the vinegar neutralized it, now if I throw it away, it's just soap. It might not even be usable. And that's another thing. When I was mushing it up, some of it got on the gloves. I washed my hands with the gloves on. It lathered up beautifully. So I am going to recreate the recipe. I'm just going to follow the right measurements for the lye and such. And if someone gets to it in this neutralized phase, I don't know if it will actually be usable as a soap. All I know is I couldn't use it anymore. But to throw it out, I had to do it responsibly. Speaking of being a responsible human being, I want to talk to you guys about trains. On my way home today, I got pictures of this too. I'm going to also put on a blog with this same post because I couldn't believe it. I get to this train track. Well, actually, I'm on Spring Grove. I was about to turn on Beach Street. I turn on Beach Street. The entire road is blocked off because there's an issue with the train tracks. Everybody's making a U-turn Mill Street because they can't go nowhere else. So, I waited my turn, did a U-turn, went back to Spring Grove, got to Spring Grove at Vine. The gate is down, the lights are going, and people are going across the tracks. What? When those lights are on and the crossbuck is down, it means a train triggered that track to, drop the gate, even if you do not see the train. Now, unless there's a CSX official or a police officer to wave you through or whatever, and you have to cross that track because there's an emergency and there's a malfunction or whatever, no matter what, under no circumstances do you stop your car on the tracks, okay? The traffic light was still working. So people were going around the crossbucks, under the gate, over, to get across the tracks. I have a picture, because when I seen this, my mouth dropped open, even though I had a green light and my blinker on, but, That's where you wait. It's called the collector ramp if the train's coming, because you can't turn and everybody fits right this corner where the tracks are. I said, did I just see that? So I picked up my phone, I snapped the picture. Person behind me blew a horn, so I went like this and snapped the picture and let him see, yes, clearly I'm taking your picture. Then I took a picture of the